Hello everybody. In this video lesson, we would be seeing more illustration how to calculate cross rate. So in my last video lesson, uh, we have studied what is cross rate and we have seen one illustration also. Here we are seeing more illustration. Suppose in from an Indian perspective, these are the rates available. INR per Brazilian real, which is rupees 21.20, INR per Australian dollar, rupees 50.23, Japanese yen per INR, yen 1.72, and euro per INR, per unit of INR 0.0141. So as you can see that all currency combinations, one part is the Indian rupee because it is this exchange rate is coming in say any Indian bank. Yeah. So now we would like to know what would be the currency conversion of Australian dollar per unit of a Brazilian real or say Japanese yen per unit of euro. So these two are cross rate. So how to calculate that cross rate? So let me take help of Excel. So I just have written these rates, what all we have just seen. So from this rate, now we have to calculate, first we have to calculate say Australian dollar per Brazilian real. So AUD per say Brazilian real. How we can get that? I have combination between AUD INR. I have combination between BRL INR. So how to get AUD BRL? AUD per INR into INR per BRL. So this is the simple thing we have to do. So what will happen in this process? INR here numerator, this INR, this is denominator and this INR in numerator. In effect, this will get strike off. Net we will get Australian dollar per unit of Brazilian real. That conversion, right? So here as you can see, I have INR per. So what I have, let me do here. I have INR per unit of Australian dollar, which is how much? That means 1 Australian dollar equivalent to rupees 50.23. Yeah. But what I want actually, I want Australian dollar per unit of Indian rupee. So it is nothing but the reciprocal. I want Australian dollar per unit of Indian rupee. So how I can get that? 1 divided by INR per AUD, which I have. This I have. I need to get Australian dollar per unit of INR. So Australian dollar per unit of INR, I can get reciprocal of INR per unit of AUD, which is nothing but 1 divided by 50.23, which is 0.012. Let me round off thing. 0.012. What is this I am getting? AUD $0.012 Australian dollar per unit of Indian rupee. Yeah. Now, this to be multiplied, I'm not putting formula here. It is just for our clear understanding. This to be multiplied with INR per unit of BRL. So Indian rupee per unit of Brazilian real. I am having exactly that thing. Indian rupee per unit of Brazilian real. So nothing to be done here. I can straight away put 21.20. So if I multiply these two, I will get, let me put formula here now, 0.012 into 21.2. So 0.2544. What is this? This is 0.254. Sorry. 0.2544. What is that? Australian dollar. AUD per unit of Brazilian real, which is the cross rate I wanted to calculate. Let me put a different color code so you will understand. So this, how I have got? By this. So different color code. Clear? So we have got by this. Yeah. My second point was, what was that? Japanese yen per unit of euro. So Japanese yen per unit of euro. Simple. I'm sure you are very confident now doing this. Japanese yen per unit of euro. So how I will do? I have combination Japanese yen INR. I have combination euro INR. So from here I have to calculate that. So JPY divided by INR into, let me make it in middle, and then INR by what? Euro. So I will get ultimately JPY per unit of euro. Now, what is JPY per INR? 1 INR, how many Japanese yen? So here it is given that, which is 1.72. So it is straightforward. Here it is given 1.72. This is straightforward. Now, this I want INR per unit of euro. But what is given? Euro per unit of INR. I want just the other way around. I want INR per unit of euro, which is simple. It is the reciprocal of this. So here it is 1 divided by what I am having? I have this data, euro per INR. So I am dividing 1 by this. So 1.72 into 1 divided by 0.0141, which is 70.922. Yeah. So now we need to multiply these two. Let me put formula here. 1.72 into 70.922. I hope I have done correct calculation. You please check, but this is the logic we need to follow. So this is 121.99. What does it mean? This is JPY, Japanese yen 121.99 per euro. So if this information is given, from there I can get cross rate. Let me put different color. This, how I am getting? Through this. What I am getting ultimate? This. Clear? So this is the way we can calculate cross rate. Am I clear? You can reflect, and I hope my calculations are correct. Otherwise you understand the logic and you can determine cross rates between any two currencies. Yeah. So in our next video lesson we would be studying more cross currency rate, how to calculate bid rate and ask rate. Thank you.